Well, I don't think it's the phone call. I think it's the work. That's what I thought was funny, was the upside of the business. I guess getting the phone call can be considered the upside of the business. I think the upside of the business is actually doing the work, actually being there, doing it, and mostly when it's done, then that's the upside of the business, when you say, wow, I did that.
Really?
Everybody I've worked with, luckily, has been really great. Madonna, Salt and Pepper, Tevin Campbell, Cher, Michael Jackson. I forget now because it's been so many people, actually. I sometimes forget, so forgive me if I forget a name. But just a lot of really wonderful and talented people. And not to mention just like Debbie Allen, Diana Ross.
Wow.
Hi, my name's Paulo Tosha, and I've been asked to improvise a scene in which I play an influential director, up and coming young, trendy, influential director, for a piece called Paparazzi. Did you see my last film? Did you see Kill, Kill, Kill?
Yeah.
You see how I work the scenes in Kill, Kill, Kill? How they come in real quick, real fast, shortcuts, kind of like an MTV format, a video format, and it's a lot of improv. And so all I'd like to is, we're going to do a few minutes of improv that hopefully will give me a better...
I guess I just got the wrong information. I mean, my understanding was that I was the only person that was being considered for the role. I came here to meet with you folks.
No, I understand. There's complications in the agency. Everything, there's not. Except, if you don't mind, are you up for some improv?
Sure. I mean, I don't want to
rejection. Rejection plays a big role in this in this industry. It really does, And you got to be pretty hard at times to handle the rejection. Bottom line. I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna waste your time. We're not sure exactly on what character, to fit you in,
Basically, you play it as it plays. I mean, the phone rings and something comes your way, and you deal with that. You don't come at life. I mean, if in certain situations, you could say, well, I want to play, Lady Macbeth. I want to do this. And as an American actress, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to have access to a venue that's really going to be a Lady Macbeth worth watching, because it all is, with whom, where, and directed by whom.
It's just, I just don't think it's fair that to lead me to believe you're my manager. You're the one that's supposed to keep me informed of this shit, and then I find out that I make the phone call. I make the phone call, not even you, and they tell me I don't have it. Did you know? Why didn't you call me? Yeah. Look,
Somebody gives you a part without auditioning,
no,
something's not
kosher.
kosher.
Rethink this whole situation.
Are you sure you want to get all excited?
Fuck. They had a lot of times when they didn't have auditions with anybody. They just wanted to take a meeting with somebody. They didn't have to audition. They already knew who they wanted, And basically, I don't know, they might ask me to read, but...
I don't know, the downside of Hollywood is real ugly. Real ugly and negative, and I think it's also a state of mind. Above it all, I think it's a state of mind that you let yourself go into, a feeling of unaccomplishment. It's the worst, rejection, unaccomplishment, just desperation, depression, everything mixed. I'm lucky that I'm not that type of person, so when I do go through those feelings, they're minute because I always jump out of it, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's get going, let's roll.
Dearly beloved, we welcome you on Slab on board Graveline Tours. You are about to view the remains of 80
Hollywood
is,
spooky well, it's a town that'll eat you up if you're not ready for it. The amount of people that make it in this business is minimal compared to the amount of people that are successful and the amount of people that are out here.
You'll be escorted to points where the best views are possible. And for those of you who
Jason, the dragon. we wanted to see more interesting things instead of seeing where one of Liz Taylor's homes is, you know, which the other tours will show you by the dozen. We want to see where things happen, where history actually happened, where John Belushi really overdosed, where Janis Joplin really overdosed. I mean, those are the things you could really put in touch with, where these people breathed their last breath is of historical significance and in our opinion, sort of sacred.
Oh no.
A bad LSD trip compelled her to fling herself to the pavement to prevent her suicide.
Oh good.
All this happened about 10 in the morning of October 4th, 1969. She was only 20 years old.
The upside can be so darn sweet. And the downside so terrible.
Sunset Strip. And on the left, first up, is the Viper Room, the last scene for actor River Phoenix. You can also see the phone where his brother made the desperate 911 plea for emergency services.
Right by the liquor store.
River Phoenix, yeah, and it's I saw this kid when he was in the movie Stand By Me. I went to the premiere. And I remember walking by him and I said, "You're going to be a big star." And he was so cute. And he said, "You really think so?" I said, "There's no doubt in my mind. You're so cute."
And I was at the Viper Room the night River Phoenix died. And watched all of that and had to make a choice whether I was going to take pictures or not, and chose not to. And it was such a disturbing scene that I didn't ever want to be in that position again, to have to, you know, make a decision on whether the world's going to see someone's life and death or not. So I'm happy that I don't have to say that, you know, the car I drive was bought on his blood, so I'm depressed now.
I think the major downside is the reason why they become actors or actresses themselves. Usually they want to become, the vast majority want to become actors and actresses because they want to be loved. They want to be accepted. They have this tremendous void inside of them, which most of us don't have, but they feel empty inside. So they want to be filled up. And so they want the world to fill them up. And by getting an audience, they can be filled up by having all the people adore them on the movie set or the TV set. They get to feel loved and wanted. If they do a good job, if they get an Emmy or an Oscar, they feel loved. Most of them are very insecure, if I could use a lay term. They don't feel very good about themselves. Their self-esteem is very low. So at the core of it all, whether they realize it or not, they're depressed. And oftentimes that leads to other problems like alcoholism, drug abuse, suicidal thoughts.
I mean, it's tragic, and we'll never know what happened with Marilyn Monroe. And it's just a tragedy to watch, because that's what people start thinking. Well, I'll become famous. You know, if that happens, and I mean, what's he got to live for? If the career is over and he can't get arrested in a job, you're going to find him dead someplace. I mean, it happens with a lot of them too. I mean, or you know, there's so many of them that have been murdered, like a Sal Mineo and different people. You know, and they're remembered because of the way they left.
One of the residents who heard Mineo's screams. By the time paramedics arrived, 37-year-old Sal Mineo had bled to death. The case
knew one day, you know, I'd make my career right around the corner from it, taking people around Hollywood. It's a dream factory. Hollywood is a dream factory, and that movies are an escape. They associate pleasant experiences with movies, even horrific experiences like Halloween, the movie Halloween. You know, it touched emotional chords.
Oh my God, Halloween was amazing. I cannot believe it.
They're pretty funny,
I saw
actually,
the craziest.
too.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know,
I mean, there were people practically naked walking down the street. When they all come out.
Yep, and they go down the street and hang out.
Hollywood's on fire.
That's it.
It's a fascinating place. It attracts all the great minds of the world, the greatest talents, the most beautiful people. There are so many beautiful people in Hollywood, it just drives you crazy. But it also attracts a lot of people who want to prey on the wealth from the entertainment industry. We have a lot of hustlers.
I live in the hills, and I've been followed before, you know, from the grocery store actually, and it's frightening. It's very frightening.
Right. Well, stalkers are dangerous because they know who they're after, generally speaking. I mean.